Hi everyone, welcome to another video of Bachelor and Master English YouTube channel. As usual, I have come up with a new lesson of discussion. Today's discussion is about Ernest Hemingway's short story In Another Country. In today's discussion, I shall be talking about the summary of the story in English and Nepali. There will be a plot discussion and the review of the story. Before I begin my discussion, I would like to request you, if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe my channel, and if you like this video, please share, and if you have anything to say, please comment on it and let other people know that this Bachelor and Master English is dedicated to the study of English language, literature, and the discussion of different important issues of day-to-day life regarding our history, culture, myth, and many things. So, without making any delay, I am telling you the short summary of the story in English. In Another Country is a short story by Nobel laureate American fiction writer Ernest Hemingway. It deals with First World War soldiers receiving treatment in Italy during the war. It's a story of a group of wounded soldiers, one American and 5 Italians, especially from Milan, bond while going through a physical therapy together. The young soldiers compare medals with one of the Italians, and the American commiserating over the fact that they were injured prior to being able to show their valor in battle. The major, the most immature of these Italians, acts as a mentor figure for the others. He teaches the American how to speak Italian. The major's wife dies and he lashes out at the other men, but then he apologizes and goes into mourning. And let's see the plot. During one of the world's largest wars, that is First World War, it was hard to live a normal life. Being injured definitely didn't help this cause at all. Ernest Hemingway had to go to the hospital every day to get stretched out by machines along with many of his friends. Every once in a while, their surgeon had to come into the hospital as well. One day, Ernest was talking to one of his friends about how he wanted to start a family when he got home to America. His surgeon was very upset about this and told him to never make anyone rely on him like that. Everyone was in shock about his strange reaction. That was until he came back and apologized and explained that his wife had just passed away. All of the soldiers were suddenly very understanding of their surgeons and sent him their condolences. So this is all about the summary and the plot of the story. Let me narrate the summary in Nepali. अर्को देशमा यो अर्नेस्ट हेमिङ्वे 20औं शताब्दीका महान उपन्यासकार हुन्। उनको बुढो मान्छे र सागर भन्ने समुद्र, दि ओल्ड म्यान एन्ड द सी लगायत उनका चाहिँ द फेयरवेल टु आर्म्स, फर होम द बेल टोल्स, द सन अल्सो राइजेस, दि ओल्ड म्यान एन्ड द सी जस्ता उपन्यासहरूले उनलाई संसारमा एकदम स्थापित उपन्यासकारको रूपमा उभ्याउने मात्र होइन, साहित्यतर्फको 1954 को नोबेल पुरस्कार पनि उनलाई चाहिँ दिलाउन सफल भए। अब यो जुन अर्नेस्ट हेमिङ्वेको कथामा विशेष गरी हामीले युद्ध र त्यसको जुन असर, हतियार र त्यसको प्रयोग, अनि मान्छेको युद्धले पारेको विवश अवस्थाको चाहिँ चित्रण, युद्धले चाहिँ बिगारेका मान्छेहरूको चाहिँ मनस्थिति, युद्धले बिग्रेका मान्छेहरूको चाहिँ शारीरिक अवस्थिति लगायत युद्धले जुन ठाउँमा जे जसरी पार्यो, मान्छेलाई चाहिँ नजिक बनाउने या टाढा बनाउने, मान्छेलाई एक अर्कोमा मित्र देख्ने या शत्रु देख्ने धेरै कुराहरू चाहिँ उनको उपन्यासमा पाइन्छ। विशेष गरी हतियारले चाहिँ र युद्धले चाहिँ मान्छेलाई राम्रो अवस्थामा चाहिँ पुर्याउँदैन भन्ने चाहिँ उनको उपन्यासहरूमा, उनको फिक्सनमा पाइन्छ। अब आजको कथा चाहिँ अर्को देशमा जाडोको महिनाहरूमा प्रायःजसो यहाँ युद्ध हुन्छ। लेखक तथा उनका साथीहरू युद्धमा जाँदैनन्। जाडो महिना भएकाले साँझ चाँडै पर्छ। बिजुलीको उज्यालोले गर्दा झ्यालबाट बाहिर बाटोमा स्याल तथा हरिण र चराहरू पनि जाडोले प्रभावित भएका देखिन्छन्। लेखक प्रायःजसो दिनको अपराह्न अस्पताल जान्छन्। उनका 4 जना साथीहरू पनि त्यहाँ आउँछन्। अस्पताल पुग्नको लागि विभिन्न बाटाहरू लागेर जानुपर्छ। अस्पताल अति सुन्दर र उति नै पुरानो देखिन्छ। आँगनबाट नै शवहरू लागेको देखिन्छ। अस्पतालको पछाडितिर कसरत गर्ने एउटा पेभिलियन छ। त्यहाँ लेखक र चाहिँ गुरुजनहरू त्यहाँ आउँछन्। डाक्टरले लेखकलाई उनको युद्ध अगाडिको सर्वोत्तम सूचीको बारेमा सोध्छन्। लेखकले आफ्नो रुचि फुटबल भएको बताउँछन्। अर्को मसिनमा कसरत गरिरहेका मेजरले आफ्नो बारेमा सोध्छन् कि उनी फुटबल खेल्न सक्छन् कि सक्दैनन्। डाक्टरले एउटा पहिलाको फोटो ल्याएर मेजरलाई देखाउँछन् र भन्छन् कि यो फोटो पनि तपाईँको जस्तो छ। तर मेजरलाई आत्मविश्वास छैन कि उनको हात ठिक हुनेछ। सधैँ कसरत गर्ने ठाउँमा 3 जना युवाहरू आउँदथे। ती 3 जना मिलानबाट आएका अति मिलनसार युवाहरू थिए। उनीहरूको इच्छा भिन्न भिन्न थियो। युद्ध सुरु हुनु अगाडि वकिल बन्न चाहन्थे एकजना, भने अर्को पेन्टर र अन्तिम चाहिँ सिपाही बन्न चाहन्थ्यो। अब सबैका आफ्ना आफ्ना फरक फरक इच्छा थिए। उनीहरूसँग एक नयाँ युवकको केफे कोबा जाने बाटोमा भेट भयो। त्यहाँ भेट हुँदाखेरि उसको नाक फुटेको थियो र उसले आफ्नो मुखलाई रुमालले ढाकेको थियो। ऊ अमेरिकाको बासिन्दा हो। सबैजनाले एकअर्कालाई आफ्नो विभिन्न पदकहरू देखाउँछन्। तिनीहरूमध्ये एकजना युवकको धेरै पदकहरू हुन्छन्। पछि लेखकले आफ्नो साथीहरूलाई अलग अलग मत भएको पाएपछि उनीहरूले नै त अर्को देशबाट आएको होस् भन्ने अनुभव गराउँछन्। लेखकले त्यहाँका मानिसहरूमा देशभक्ति भएको भान पाउँदछन्। मेजरले आफ्नो अधिक समय मसिनमा बसेर बिताउँछन्। उनले लेखकलाई व्याकरण सम्बन्धी कुराहरूमा सहयोग गर्छन्। इटाली भाषा चाहिँ लेखकलाई पनि मनपर्छ, इटालियली भाषा। लेखकलाई इटाली भाषा सजिलो लाग्छ, तर मेजरले व्याकरणका कुराहरू सोद्धा लेखक अलि डराउँछन्। भाषा बोल्न सजिलो, तर व्याकरणदेखि उनलाई डर लाग्ने। मेजरले लेखकलाई युद्ध सिद्धिएपछि उनको अभिलाषा के हो भन्ने सोद्धा लेखकले भन्छन् उनी पहिला आफ्नो देश जान्छन्, त्यसपछि त्यहाँ बिहा गर्नेछन् अनि आफ्नो घर जम बसाउनेछन्। अनि बिहाका कुरा सुन्दा बित्तिकै लेखकलाई कहिले पनि बिहा नगर्न सल्लाह दिन्छन् मेजर। तर थाहा हुन्छ पछि डाक्टरबाट मेजरको श्रीमतीको भर्खरै देहान्त भएको हुन्छ। त्यसकारणले उनी अत्यन्त दुखी भएका हुन्छन्। उनकी श्रीमती न्युमोनियाले गर्दा बितेकी हुन्। मेजर आफ्नी श्रीमती बितेको 3 दिन पछाडि मात्र अस्पतालमा आए। उनले आफ्नो अगाडि 3वटा घाइते भएका हातहरूको तस्बिर हेरे। उनलाई तिनीहरूको तस्बिरदेखि केही असर पर्दैन अनि उनले झ्यालबाट बाहिर हेरिराखेका हुन्छन्। यो कथा यही नै हो। जुन तिमी अर्को देशबाट आयौ, तिमी यो देशको नागरिक होइनौ भनेर चाहिँ लेखकलाई जुन त्यहाँका इटालीका अथवा चाहिँ मिलानका युवाहरूले चाहिँ भने, त्यसबाट लेखकलाई पनि महसुस भयो वास्तवमा तिनीहरू चाहिँ आफ्नो देशप्रति माया गर्ने रहेछन्। आफ्नो देशप्रति माया गर्नेले तिमी अर्काको देशको हौ भनेर भन्दाखेरि केही फरक पर्दैन, किनभने ऊ आफ्नो देशको मान्छे होइन। अर्काको देशको मान्छेलाई अर्काको देशको नभनेर आफ्नो देशको कसरी भन्न सकिन्छ? ऊ एउटा त्यहाँ युद्धमा आयो, लड्यो, तर चाहिँ उसको चाहिँ वास्तविक आफ्नो चाहिँ एउटा जन्मघर जन्मस्थल अर्कै ठाउँ हो। उसको समर्पण त्यही ठाउँमा हुन्छ भएको हुनाले उसले तिमी अर्काको देशको मान्छे भनेर भन्दा यहाँ केही अनौठो मानेको छैन लेखकले। यो कथा नेपालीमा यो नै हो। That's the discussion of the story in Nepali. Let's make a review of the story. Typical of Hemingway style is that there happens nothing very significant throughout the story. Besides, the story does not have a proper and clear beginning or exposition, nor a meaningful conflict or resolution. This is an uneventful story where there is very little action and little is said. With this objective description of the story highlights the loneliness and hopelessness of the soldiers. Soldiers neither have glorious memories of the past nor hopeful dreams for the future. They are living an uprooted, secluded life far away from the places they belong to. War brings nothing but loss. The present story is a story of loss in which the narrator has lost his knee, a boy has lost his nose, and the major has lost his hand. All they received in return are the medals and the contempt. Twice the story repeats it. There was always the war, but the narrator and his colleagues who had fought in it were not going to that war anymore. They had cheated death, but were injured. One of them, a major, had a wife who had not been able to escape what should have been his fate, death. A death so sudden and unexpected that the pain it brought proved to be greater than what the war had inflicted on him. I personally believe that it had a meaningful message towards the end. Even though the major had experienced a great deal of loss and pain, he told himself that he mustn't surrender his whole self to the pain and let it devour him completely. Personally, I think it's something that everyone should know and realize if they were to ever encounter something similar. A soldier is in the hospital to treat his injuries. He recalls other military men he was friends with during his time in service. The narrator is American and he received his medal mostly for the fact that he is an American. If the characters relate to each other, they learn that their backgrounds are very distinct. They are, however, all wounded by the war and hold that it in common. It's a very moving story about a man's war experience and how it impacted his and his friends' lives. It gives nicely with Hemingway's theme of grandeur becoming limp and dead. The other country in the title refers to the completely other state of mind that the events that take place puts the soldiers in. With his writing skill, Hemingway puts readers in that state of mind, in that other world. It's a theme of loss and injury really stuck with us after reading it, but not in a sad way. So, this is the overall discussion, let's say review of the story, and let me go with the discussion of the story. This short story, In Another Country by Ernest Hemingway, expresses a great deal of author's view on stoicism. The central figures of the piece are all soldiers only during wartime, and yet they do not lose themselves to despair. Our narrator has lost his lower leg, and his doctor with great resolve states that he will still be able to play football again, better than ever, in fact. Our narrator never questions the doctor's words or speaks with any sort of negativity towards the loss of his leg. He simply accepts his predicament and moves on. But it is the final moments of the story that truly speaks to Hemingway's belief on great under pressure. Hemingway writes of a major whose wife has recently passed. He admits the difficulty of his wife's passing, but says to his compatriot, "I cannot resign myself." Hemingway saw the major as being a leader of men, one who inspired those around him, as it was his insistence that his friends' grammatical errors in speaking Italian were so egregious that force the narrator to improve himself. Hemingway uses the final paragraph of the story to show that while strong men can be affected by tragedy, as the measure clearly is, they cannot succumb to it without losing themselves entirely. They simply cannot resign themselves to the fate. That's the discussion of today's story, and I think you got the point clear. What's this story about, who is the central character, and what is the theme, and what aspects of humanity are related to this story. And if you have any queries regarding the presentation, you can put your ideas in my comment box, and I shall be back with another video. Till then, goodbye, have a nice day.